We just did the morning practice and I mentioned a few things in it. So I want to just touch base with you so that there's clarity and you can understand from a visual point of view some of the things that are being talked about in the meditation. Sometimes it's hard to creatively imagine what is being guided. So I'd like to just give you a little bit of movement, visual movements, to help you understand that. Now, I can see that when I use my hand, it's kind of like weird, but that's all right. With the practice of living awareness, we move through a wide variety of steps, and we do so as to build the nest and the support system of a excellent meditation practice. And what determines something is excellent is merely that it brings you benefit. It brings you benefit all the time, not just when you're sitting. That every single component part and every part of the technique will be of use to you in your everyday life. And so we practice every part of them in the meditation so that, in fact, they are of use to you in your everyday life. We have now gotten to the point where we're using the tip of the nose. Again, this is a metaphor for just a pointedness, an awareness, an accentuation of our focus every day. To acknowledge and to notice the usually not noticed, so we tend to notice, oh, it is round right there. Oh, the temperature of the air feels like such and such. The humidity feels like such and such. And we move through these little noticings so that in time we begin to be aware of the things that we usually don't notice at all. Not in a critical way, not in a Virgoan, nitpicky kind of a way, but instead just to notice. Because once we begin to notice, somebody can put meaning to things. The meaning might not always be the correct meaning that we put to something, but that things have a meaning is at least a good direction to head in. Once we begin to put meaning to something, accentuate and feel the sensual, as in sentient, sense-oriented nature by which we move so much throughout our day, then that opens to us a wider sensing. All of our senses become wider. All of our senses start to be the apparatus of our consciousness and therefore stream us into greater awareness. We cannot be more aware if we're half asleep all the time, if we are not noticing what is all around us all the time. And what is all around us is not just the tactile, whether or not you notice that there's a pipe on the wall, a painting on the wall, or something like that, but instead we notice the sentient responses that we have in life. We notice the sentient responses that other people have to us, that our plants do, that the world does, etc. So we begin to notice the usually not noticed, and we do that by beginning with the tip of our nose. Then we feel that our breath is coming and going. It's coming and going, coming and going, coming and going. It never stops. Coming and going, coming and going. Such is life. Such is life. Only human beings cling. Only human beings invented Velcro. Why did we invent Velcro? Think about it. That's right. Because we cling. Because we need to be attached to things. Because we want to hold on to them forever. Even if the things are angry things, have been painful things, hurtful things. We want to hold on to our joys and our happinesses forever too. But everything comes and goes. Give it enough time and everything comes and goes. So our breath begins to teach us this. Breath is an amazing teacher. Amazing teacher. And we would be wise, and the wise of the world, down through history, they've learned about their breath. And they've learned of the teachings, listened very carefully to the teachings of their breath. So, breath is coming and going. And then, our breath, in order to come and go, has created a relationship with the muscles that are our lungs. These amazing set of muscles that are an organ, they keep us alive. And if we didn't breathe, and if our lungs didn't do their job, we would be dead pretty quickly. A matter of minutes. We can go a long time without food. We can go a long time without water. We can't go a long time without air. So this is a metaphor. This is an amazing thing to become aware of. That what is happening here with this diastole and systole of our lungs, that this is again teaching us something very, very important, and something that will lead us to greater consciousness. So as we breathe, first there's the coming and the going that we notice. The coming and the going goes along a particular trail. It doesn't go along another trail. It goes along one trail. Just like the path of the sun. Sun doesn't move along another trail. It doesn't just choose to go right or left on any particular day. It does its one trail. And our breath does the same. As we learn to feel what's going on with our breath, we feel that in fact they're softening. Our lungs are softening, and then they're opening, and then they're receiving. And upon receiving, there's this satiety. There's, that's enough. And the enough is predicated upon the need of the moment. If we're running, a different amount of oxygen and air is needed. If we're sitting, then a different amount is needed. If we're birthing a child, then it's a different amount, etc. So that variation is acknowledged by our lungs in their wisdom, and they know when just enough is just enough. And then they soften again, they open again, and they release. Unto itself. That for the whole life, to understand that. To live that in every amplification and application would be an amazing thing to live. So amazing is my word of the day, you can say. We'll stop here. We'll pick it up with part 2 on the breath.